Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's City of Franklin Beer Board meeting. Today is April the 8th, 2025. It is 4 o'clock Central Time. We will start with our call to order. Alderman Barnhill.
Present.
Thank you, sir. Alderman Caesar.
Here.
And the chair is here as well. Next, we'll move forward with the setting of the agenda. The setting of the agenda as it is currently presented. If there are any modifications or updates.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded for the agenda as it is set. We'll do a roll call vote. Alderman Barnhill.
Yes.
Thank you. Alderman Caesar.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes as well. Next, we'll move forward to citizen comments. This is for any issues or concerns that are on our agenda or not on our agenda to be addressed. I do not see any presented any, so we will go ahead and move forward. Next, we'll move to agenda item number 2, which is consideration of approval of the minutes. This is for date March the 11th, 2025 Beer Board meeting. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. Proper motion has been made and seconded. We'll move forward to a roll call vote. Alderman Barnhill.
Yes.
Thank you. Alderman Caesar.
Yes.
Thank you. And the chair votes yes as well. Next, we'll move to old business. This is agenda item number 3, consideration of application of Kokomo West Haven LLC DBA Kokomo Trading Company at 158 Front Street, Suite 100, Franklin, Tennessee, 37064. Jason Tucker, managing agent for on-premises consumption.
Good evening, Beer Board. This is an application that was deferred from last time, if you will recall, and Rob Pinson is the attorney for Kokomo's. He's here on their behalf. Last time this was deferred because there were still some items that were outstanding, but all of the required documentation has been submitted and the inspections are complete. This is, as I mentioned, an existing business. There has been an ownership change, which is why we're here requesting a new beer permit, and staff does recommend approval of this permit, and I'll let Rob tell you a little bit about the business and answer any questions you might have.
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome.
Hello, Rob Pinson, Adams and Reese, attorney for Kokomo and frequent customer. It's in West Haven and kind of what I call downtown West Haven. I live there. So yeah, we go there a lot. Been around for a year and a half or so. Used to be Front Street Tavern, if y'all remember that one, island themed cuisine. Some slight ownership changes that triggered a new beer application because it technically was more than 50%, but a lot of the same people, just a little change in who owned what. So same business as usual.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that summary. I'll open the floor up to the board for any comments or questions.
I don't have any questions. I'll make a motion to approve the permit.
I'll second that motion.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. Thank you, Mr. Pinson. We'll move forward to a roll call vote. Prior to that, is there any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll move forward to a roll call vote. Alderman Barnhill.
Yes.
Thank you. Alderman Caesar.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes as well. Thank you, Mr. Pinson. Next, we'll move forward to agenda item number 4. This is under new business. This is consideration of application of Williamson County Convention and Visitors Bureau, DBA, National Travel and Tourism Week, Community Block Party in front of Visitor Center, 400 Main Street, Suite 130, Franklin, Tennessee, 37064. Mackenzie Johnson, managing agent for special event. Event date and hours May 8th, 2025, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time.
And here tonight is Maureen Thornton. She's the executive director of Visit Franklin. If you'll recall, last year this was the first time for the visitor center to host an event downtown, and I believe it was successful. And so Visit Franklin has decided to make this an annual event, and the application is complete, so staff is recommending approval. Maureen, I'll let you talk to them a little bit about the event.
Sure. It's an opportunity for us to invite the community to celebrate National Travel and Tourism Week with us. So it is an extension of the footprint of our visitor center to invite folks to enjoy our experience.
Well, thank you very much, ma'am, for those comments, Ms. Thornton. I'll open it up to the board for any comments or questions.
I do have one question. Are there any street closing on? There's a street closing
Yes, there is. Yes, there is a street closure, which we've already gone through the special events process for. That is a portion of 4th Avenue South, right where it meets Main Street, just to that alleyway there. So between our visitor center and the Franklin Mercantile Deli will be closed.
Any other
And while I-
questions? Yes, go ahead.
So that's not in front of the visitor center then, is
It is,
it? Is it?
yes.
From 4th Avenue, go over the street closing one more time.
Sure. So it's confusing because the address is 400 Main Street, but the building actually wraps the corner. So the visitor center opens onto 4th Avenue.
Okay.
That gets people a lot. And the street closure is the top of 4th Avenue where it meets Main, and then to the alley, which is right past our building. So it's essentially the footprint of our building and the width of the road.
And this is the same event that I attended last year where they
Yes.
had hot chicken sandwiches and all kinds of exciting things there, in addition to beer.
Yes.
That was distributed.
And mocktails
And
and apple cider and fantastic experiences from our community partners.
Yeah, Clyde's right across from Mercantile Deli, if you're thinking about that road. A good event last year. I felt like it was well managed as far as the beer distribution. Expect that same process to be in place this year. And I don't have any additional questions. Just continue to manage and maintain it the way you did in the past. And hopefully I'll be able to stop by and celebrate National Tourism and Travel Week.
We hope you will.
With that, I move for approval.
I'll make a second, but I would encourage you to make sure that it's not out in the street. The consumption is not out in the street. We've got letters here, not concerning you, but concerning other people and other events that did not adhere to the on the maintaining it on their property or maintaining it within the area that they were asked to do so.
I appreciate those comments, Alderman Barnhill, and I will share that the Visitor Center has been to the Special Events Advisory Team, and we have discussed sort of our normal practice and procedures for our events downtown to make sure that that doesn't happen. So
Right.
we're definitely working with them and we share those concerns as well. And I believe the Visitor Center is going to work with us and cares about that as well. So don't want to speak on your behalf. But
Well, we are called Visit Franklin, and we hope we always represent the city well. So it is absolutely our intention to do everything we can to do things right.
All right.
Thank
And
you.
I think
Alderman Caesar?
I don't want to put words in Alderman Barnhill's mouth. I think the concern is the consumption leaving the block.
Sure,
street,
absolutely.
Right? Just for clarification, the tables where the beer is distributed is 100% in the road, but it's in the closed road.
Absolutely.
We don't want to see it leaving the premise. I
Yes,
think
and Jessica and the team have been really helpful in identifying ways that we can continue to build on the success that we had last year, and we'll make sure that we have staff members stationed all around the perimeter to make sure it's not leaving.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any additional questions or comments? I'll throw one in there. Please thank Heather from your office for inviting me to be part of the kickoff. I've got that on the calendar. As Alderman Caesar said, it was a great event last year. Looking forward to it this year.
Fantastic.
We'll move forward to our roll call vote at this time. Alderman Caesar,
Yes.
Alderman Barnhill,
Yes.
and the chair votes yes as well. Thank you, Ms. Thornton.
Thanks, Brian.
Next, we'll move to agenda item number 5. This is consideration of application of Franklin Noon Rotary DBA the Franklin Rodeo, Williamson County Ag Expo Center, 4215 Long Lane, Franklin, Tennessee, 37064. A. Scott Hubbard, Managing Agent, for a special event. Event date and hours, May 15th through the 17th, 2025, from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central.
And this is, of course, an annual event that's been longstanding for many years, and the application and inspections are complete, so staff is recommending approval. And Scott Hubbard is here, and I believe Craig Henderson as well with the Rotary to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, Mr. Hubbard. If you'd like a moment
Good
to
afternoon.
share with the board, go ahead.
Yes, this is our, I'm trying to think how many years
75th,
we've done the
74th or
rodeo.
5th,
Now, I
we
believe it
cannot-
may be 74th.
It's 74.
I believe that's right.
74th,
So
it's one of them.
74th annual rodeo, and we've been serving beer for the last few years, and we've applied for the beer permit again, and we'll entertain any questions or concerns you might have.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hubbard. Go ahead and open the floor at this time for any comments or questions from the board.
I don't have any questions.
All right.
don't have any
Any
questions either. No, I move to approve.
Second.
All right. Motion has been made and properly seconded. We'll move forward to a roll call vote at this time. Alderman Barnhill?
Yes.
Thank you. Alderman Caesar?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes as well. Thank you, gentlemen,
Thank
for
you,
being
gentlemen.
here.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
We'll move forward to item number 6 on our agenda tonight. This is consideration of application of Saddle Up, DBA Music Country Grand Prix benefiting Saddle Up, Brownland Farm, located at 1155 Hillsborough Road, Franklin, Tennessee, 37069. Audrey Kidd, managing agent for special event. Event date and hours, May 31st, 2025, 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. Central.
This is another annual event that we have here in Franklin, and as this one has a completed application and inspection, so staff is recommending approval for this one as well. And Christy Williams, advisory board member with Saddle Up, is here to talk to the board and answer any questions you have.
Excellent. Ms. Williams, we invite you to the podium to share a little bit about the event.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Saddle Up is the beneficiary of the Music Country Grand Prix since 1990, and it'll be held at Brownland Farm. And while the event times say 11 to 7, the actual guests arrive at 2:30. So it's a much shorter event. It's 2:30 to about 7 o'clock is when everything ends. We have about 500 guests and about 100 volunteers.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. We'll go ahead and open up for questions or comments from the board at this time.
No, I don't have necessarily a question, more of a comment, seeing on your application that you've distributed beer in the county in the past, and I don't know or understand the county's beer distribution processes, but just to make sure that our city staff's done a good job on educating you if there are differences, that we make sure that we adhere to those, but I don't have any reason to believe that you won't.
Yeah, we have another big event each year, Chuckers for Charity on Moran Road. So it's in the county. So we go through the event management process through the county for everything, for the ABC and their beer.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. Are there any additional questions or comments? I do have one from the chair. Are there any concerns from staff hearing Ms. Williams regarding the hours of her operation from 2:30 to 7 since it states it's 11?
I don't have any concerns. Is there anything, Shauna, that
Okay.
you wanted to share? No.
All right, thank you. Any additional questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll move forward to a roll call vote. Alderman Caesar?
Yes.
Thank you. Alderman Barnhill?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes as well. Thank you, Ms. Williams. Next, we'll move forward to item number 7 on our agenda. This is consideration of application of Franklin Pride TN DBA Franklin Pride Festival, the Park at Harlansdale Farm, 239 Franklin Road, Franklin, Tennessee, 37064. Clayton Klutz, managing agent for special event. Event date and hours June 7th, 2025, 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. Central Time.
So continuing on with our events, this is another event that's been happening for a few years now here in Franklin. And again, the application and inspections are complete and staff is recommending approval. And here to represent Franklin Pride is Jenny Bailey. She's a board member. She'll be happy to answer any questions you have.
All right, thank you, Ms. Bailey. We invite you to the podium to share anything that you'd like with our board.
We're going to be having the same festival that we've had for the previous 4 years and expect to have, well, weather permitting, expect to have 7,000 to 8,000 people. We're going to be selling beer. Our actual hours of sale will be from 12 to 6. So we're a little bit shorter than we've applied for, but we will have making sure people keep it on site. It's one of the reasons why we stop sales an hour early. So, yeah.
All right, thank you, Ms. Bailey. I'll open it up for any comments or questions from the board at this time.
I have no questions. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. Any additional comments or questions from the board? Thank you, Ms. Bailey, for the additional information regarding 12 to 6 for the beer sales. We'll move forward to a roll call vote at this time. Alderman Barnhill?
Yes.
Thank you. Alderman Caesar?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes as well. Thank you, Ms. Bailey. Next, we'll move forward to agenda item number 8. This is consideration of application of Boys and Girls Club of Middle Tennessee, DBA, 24th Annual Wine Down Main Street, the Franklin Theater, and on the Public Square, Franklin, Tennessee, 37064. Denise Carruthers, managing agent for special event. Event date and hours November the 1st, 2025, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Time.
So this is finishing off our special events this afternoon, and as you can see, this has been happening for several years. This is an annual event, and again, the application and inspections are complete. Staff is recommending approval, and Denise Carruthers, Interim Chief Development Officer with Boys and Girls Club, is here to answer any questions you might have.
Excellent. Ms. Carruthers, we invite you to the podium for a few comments.
It's the 24th annual, as she says. We're excited for number 25 next year. But basically, the beer, we set up a beer tent in front of the square, and the other beer would be inside the Franklin Theater, which is our VIP venue. And the events the VIP opens at 6, an hour earlier, and runs 6 to 9, and the rest of the events 7 to 10.
Excellent. Thank you, Ms. Carruthers. We'll open up the floor for comments or questions from the board at this time.
I suppose the only question I would have is maybe directed towards staff. Where there are 2 different locations, there's not the ability to mingle amongst the 2 locations with alcohol, correct?
Correct. So that is why we're very specific on the agenda and on the permit that
It will happen
there's
in-
the 2 different locations. For events such as Wine Down Main Street that encompass more than one street, we do always ask the applicants to be very specific where the beer tents are going to be so that we can limit it on the permit. So you're correct. The beer will be restricted to those 2 particular areas.
Okay, thank you.
Trust me, the VIPs don't come out.
They don't want to leave. Is that what you're saying?
Nice plug, Ms. Carruthers.
Appreciate that. I'd make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. Is there any additional questions or comments at this time? Seeing none, we'll move forward to a roll call vote. Alderman Barnhill?
Yes.
Thank you. Alderman Caesar?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes as well. Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Carruthers. Next, we'll move to agenda item number 9. This is consideration of application of Weber Brothers Barbecue LLC, DBA Hogwood Barbecue at 600 A Fraser Drive, Franklin, Tennessee, 37064. John Weber, managing agent for on-premises consumption.
All right, so now we're moving on to our business permit section, and this is an existing business in the city of Franklin, but they've not had a beer permit before. So it is a new business for the purposes of the beer permit. And the application and inspections and everything is complete on this one as well, so staff is recommending approval. And this is Cam Harrington, correct? With the business here to answer any questions you might have.
All right, thank you, Mr. Harrington, for being here. We'll
Thank
give you
y'all.
a few moments here at the podium to share any comments.
Well, we acquired Hogwood back in December 1st, and we own and operate the Country Boy Restaurant out in Leapers Fork, Zola's Italian, the Juice Bar here in Franklin, and we acquired Hogwood and trying to make some adjustments to add revenue and, want to bring on beer to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Harrington.
Yes, sir.
I'll open it up to the board for any comments or questions at this time.
Do you serve beer at the Country Boy?
We do. Yes,
So
sir.
you know the drill?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. Any additional comments or
Thank you.
questions? Seeing none, we'll move forward to a roll call vote. Alderman Barnhill?
Yes.
Alderman Caesar?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes as well. Thank you,
Thank y'all.
sir. I think you had us all at barbecue. All right, we'll move forward to our next agenda item. This will be agenda item number 10. This is consideration of application of Franklin Social LLC, DBA Franklin Social at 231 Public Square, Franklin, Tennessee, 37064. Daniel you're going to have to fix me on this one. Magnino. All right, I was getting there. Managing agent for on-premises consumption. Thank you, Mr. Magnino. Go ahead.
Okay, this is a new business application, and the only thing we're waiting on for this one is the certificate of occupancy. Everything else is complete, and all the inspections are complete. So staff would request a contingent approval on this one, and I'm not going to butcher your name, but we do have the managing agent, and of course, Mr. Pinson also represents this business. So they're both here to answer any questions you might have.
All right, Mr. Magnino, thank you for being here. Apologize for butchering your name just
Oh,
a
it's
moment
perfect.
ago.
I'm used to it, believe it or not.
We're excited to have you here at the podium. We're going to turn the mic to you here for just a couple of comments, and then also invite Mr. Pinson if he'd like to say anything as well.
Yes, sir. We are just ultimately trying to create a comfortable place for people to come and relax and enjoy the beautiful Franklin scenery and have just refreshment options that fit accordingly. And yeah, trying to just add that to our offerings to be able to have something comfortable for our guests.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Mr. Magnino. Anything, Mr. Pinson?
I mean, he's selling it a little short. I was there for the ABC inspection. It's above Ruby Sunshine, the top floor, the rooftop of that building, and it does look out over the square in downtown, and it's great. On a beautiful day, it's a great view. So,
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Pinson. We'll open up the floor now for the board for any questions or comments.
What is your staffing? I guess what is or how many is your staffing?
So we'll be starting with a staff of about 20 people.
Okay.
And so that ranges anywhere from hosts to servers to baristas to cooks.
Your seating capacity is what
So
do you
total-
what's the total?
Total capacity is just over 300 seats, sir.
Okay.
So the hours of operation from 8 a.m. to
Yes.
10, 11, and 1. So they do have breakfast. They'll have some breakfast options. They'll have really nice. They have a nice espresso machine behind the bar. So that's where the baristas come from. So offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and just snacks throughout the day.
Excellent. And Mr. Pinson, just for clarification from the chair, when you said this is above Ruby Sunshine, is this on that floor, or are you talking
It's the
rooftop?
rooftop. Yeah. So it's got a. Again, I was there for the first time late last week. It's bigger than you think. There's a big indoor part, but there's a big outdoor part too. Nice outdoor patio. But yeah, there's probably 150 or so seats inside, and they're gonna have about 150
Okay.
room for 150 outside. But depends on the weather.
Absolutely. Additional comments or questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded.
Just a quick comment, if we
Yes,
can.
ma'am.
Oh, approve contingent upon the certificate of occupancy.
Motion has been made contingent on the certificate of occupancy, and it's been properly seconded. We'll move forward to a roll call vote at this time. Alderman Caesar?
Do we need Alderman Barnhill to second the amended?
Second.
Yeah.
Alderman Barnhill has amended, or excuse
I
me,
amended.
seconded the
The amendment.
amendment. So we can just move forward with the agenda item, or do we have to vote on the amendment?
I made the
Correct.
original motion. I amended the motion, and he seconded my amended.
You rescinded your original motion and you made a new motion.
Correct.
I second.
That's how I sat on it. Okay, good.
I'm sure that's what we did.
Excellent. So we'll move forward to our roll call vote. Alderman Barnhill?
Yes.
Excellent. Alderman Caesar?
Yes.
Thank you. And the chair votes yes as well. Mr. Magnino, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Pinson. All right. Next, we will move forward to agenda item number 11. This is consideration of application of Mission Enterprises, Franklin LLC, DBA Mission Cigar and Social, located at 121 3rd Avenue North, Franklin, Tennessee, 37064. Jacob Letzer, managing agent for on-premises consumption.
This is also a new business, and everything is complete. We are still waiting on the certificate of occupancy, so staff would also request a contingent approval on this one as well. And here with us this evening is Monty Collins. He's the owner, and he's here to answer any questions the board has.
Excellent. Mr. Collins, we welcome you to the podium. You've got a few moments for comments. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for hearing this. We are Mission Cigar and Social. We're creating a space to be able to enjoy premium cigars and select beers and spirits eventually when we get that license. And we're also creating a gathering space for people to be able to enjoy each other, converse with each other in a civil way. So that's what we've done in the city of Spring Hill. We're moving and we're bringing that to Franklin. So appreciate your consideration today.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Collins. We'll now open it up for comments and questions from the board. I do have one, Mr. Collins, and this is less on beer board, but I am curious as far as ventilation.
Yes.
Since it is a cigar lounge.
Yes. Yes, it's through the Franklin City codes, we had to come, and we have 100% recirculated air. We can't have any type of filtered air or anything like that, so we had to buy a big unit called a DOAS unit, which is about $75,000 to be able to create clean air all the time. So recirculated air, no filtered air.
Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing
Yes.
that with us.
Yes.
Motion to approve.
A lot of cigars, isn't it?
A lot of cigars. Hopefully a lot of cigars.
Second.
Motion to approve contingent upon the certificate of occupancy.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. We'll move forward to any additional questions or comments here. Seeing none, we'll move forward to our roll call vote. Alderman Barnhill.
Yes.
Alderman Caesar.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. We'll now move forward to agenda item number 12. This is consideration of application of Transparent Hospitality, Inc., DBA Perrin 9, located at 94 East Main Street, Franklin, Tennessee, 37064. Aubrey Olasky, managing agent for on-premises consumption.
So I learned it's Perrin.
Perrin?
Perrin,
Thank
short
you.
for perennial. And this is a new business in the city of Franklin, and we are also waiting on certificate of occupancy for this one as well. So staff would request a contingent approval. And this is Aubrey Olasky. She's the chef and owner, and she's here to answer your questions.
Excellent. Ms. Olasky, we invite
Hello.
you to the podium for a couple of quick comments. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Aubrey. We are new to Franklin, Tennessee. We do own and operate Butter and Salt, which is our parent company over in Nevada, in the Reno Tahoe area, where we operate 4 restaurants. We have had that since 2018.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Olasky. I'll now open it up for comments or questions from the board.
Your staff has had the training that they're supposed to go through. They understand what they need to check in order to make sure everyone is 21 who is there consuming. And I would assume the answer to that is yes.
Yes, we will be following the same procedures and training that we have in our Nevada establishments.
Where exactly is 94 East Main?
It's the old,
The old
Burger Dandy,
Americana
right
Tap House.
corner of Tap House and
Oh, okay.
The old boathouse.
A boathouse.
as
The old
we've
boathouse.
heard is the coined name here.
All right.
across from where Dodson's used to be. Klein. I did have one question. There may be some nuance I would just highlight between Nevada laws and the communities who are there in
Absolutely.
Franklin, and just expect that not only do we welcome you, and we are
Thank
excited
you.
about that property opening up and being able to serve great food here in our city and do it in a compliant way. So welcome,
Thank
and we
you.
wish you great success. And with that, I make a motion to approve contingent upon the certificate of occupancy.
Did you say your other restaurants in Reno?
Yes.
Are you going? You go.
I just asked.
I was waiting for the quip. Motion has been made on the floor.
Second.
Motion has now been officially seconded. We'll move forward for any closing discussion. Seeing none, Alderman Barnhill.
Yes.
Thank you. Alderman Caesar.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes as well. Ms. Olasky, we welcome Perrin to our community.
Thank you so much.
What food items would you sell?
So we're actually a bakery, vinoiserie, and full restaurant. Vinoiserie is laminated pastries, so think croissants, any type of croissant-related products. We'll be open for brunch all day, closing for a little bit in the afternoon, and then reopening for dinner. And it'll lean a little French. So we look forward to having you come in.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Barnhill, for the additional questions. At this time, we'll move forward on our agenda to other business. Is there any other business to be brought before this board?
I have none.
Seeing none, we'll move forward to our last agenda item.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much, everyone. This concludes today's beer board. Have a great afternoon.